Azul! Azul! Welcome back, guys. SportsEstimators back again with another video. And today we'll be talking a little about the Cruz Azul winning the championship. And most importantly, the 2026 FIFA World Cup breakdown, groups A through F. We will be giving you guys who advances, the whole layout of the land of this new format with the 48 teams. But let's get right into the video. Cruz Azul beats Pumas 2-1 in the Estadio CU, which is now officially Cruz Azul's new stadium. It was I still can't believe it. To be honest, part of me I had to get pinched a couple times to believe that was really going, that we were really winning it, bro. Because I was sweating bullets when it started, the whole day leading up to it, especially because I woke up a little, crudation.
I was nervous for you watching it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was
bro, I'm telling you, I don't know what I would have done if we would have lost, but
especially against Pumas with how they were playing, bro.
Bro.
They did not deserve it.
Yeah, it's just, you know what, though? This proved to me that having a deep roster really matters. Because when Pumas turned around to see who was on their bench, you send in a fucking little scrawny ass 18-year-old that ends up getting a red, bro. And then you look to our bench, and who do we send in, bro? We send nothing but fucking quality players.
Yeah. We've been saying Cruz Azul has the deepest team going back to last season.
Yeah.
They have more options than everybody else. Like, you guys have Luca Romero coming off the bench, who has European experience.
Chiquete
Toro coming off the bench, who has European experience.
Yeah, that's true.
So Cruz Azul has been super deep. But it's funny because in this series, you could tell that they were really missing that, number 9.
Oh, yeah.
El Toro was, he's injured.
Bro.
And Ibanez too. And you could just tell that they needed, that difference maker up top because everywhere else you guys were set.
Yeah.
But I think I told you, Ebere? That fool was just doing cardio until they moved him on. They were like, let this fool do cardio on the wing, and then El Toro just as an outlet. And I feel like that kind of changed the trajectory of that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, I feel like Cruz Azul deserved it. They were due for a chip, I feel like.
You think so?
Yeah, because going back to the Anselmi era, this group of players deserved a championship, I think.
Yeah, it just sucks because it's
Daddy, every time I bring up Anselmi, you get nervous or you're just
It's because it's you're stabbing me with that one. But to be honest, it all started with him.
Yeah.
And then Vicente Sanchez and then Larcamon. I know I would call him Alarcagon, but I mean, part of this, he got us to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Whether we like to admit that or not. He only lost 2 times this Clausura.
Bro, but again, give the front office a lot of credit,
bro.
Because
you have to.
Because I was the one. I was like, bro, how are they gonna fire Larcamon at this point? They're third place, and it worked.
But not only that, because then you go back and you see how everything is structured from the first team all the way to our canteranos, all the way to our youth academy. Joel Wiki is a youth academy coach. He's coached every step of that. He's been an assistant coach for Joaquin Moreno, and he was an assistant coach to Vicente Sanchez. And Joaquin Moreno, bro, he's had 2 or 3 stints already being a main head coach, but he's a primary youth coach. So anytime we need him to step up, he goes up and he'll debut a lot of players, which I didn't know this, but he debuted Santi. He debuted a lot of different, different other players.
He's like a Chucho Ramirez type, remember?
From the U17.
Yeah. How they would just kind of plug him in sometimes.
He's kind of like that. And that's how Cruz Azul has structured their coaches.
Yeah.
With him and Joel Wiki. So you have to give Cruz Azul a lot of credit in the way that they've ran that organization of any coach that steps up to the plate could run this team.
Yeah.
And it's not just of getting a Argentinian coach, getting a European experienced coach. It's you get a coach that's homegrown basically.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of clubs could learn from that, like Chivas, for instance.
Yeah.
They rely on a lot of Tapatio players, but if they really wanted to win this season, they should have called up a lot of They should have had backup players to call up from Tapatio or from the youth academy to step up to the plate when it came to because
They had one, that Sandoval kid,
yeah.
but yeah, they did kind of need more.
But they knew this was what was gonna happen,
Oh, right,
bro. Because
yeah.
in our TikTok comments, every Chivas fan said they're gonna take half our squad. They're gonna take half our squad, dating back to January, bro.
Yeah,
They were saying they were gonna take half our squad. Okay, Chivas should have been prepared for that.
that's true.
They
That's
should
true.
have been bringing up players. They should have been benching their players. And this season should have been a season of it doesn't matter whether we make first place or we make it into the Liga being an 8th place team. We're gonna have a team strong enough that's not gonna rely on our starters. Because
Yeah.
Cruz Azul, this isn't getting talked about enough, but Cruz Azul didn't have a healthy squad going into it. If you really think about it,
Yeah.
we didn't have a forward. We didn't have a 9. We depended on Evere, who, to be honest, only came alive in the Liguilla
You had to move Marcus to right back because you didn't have
because our main right back, got injured.
Yeah.
So
Hey, he when he came in though, he made a difference.
bro, he made a difference because he was part of the reason we got that goal.
Yeah,
And
when
then
he made that play, and then it ended up to
Yep.
Rotondi.
And then you send Jeremy to play his natural positions. What happens?
Yeah.
He makes the play of where Antuna, thank you, Antuna, where he gets the red, and then he makes a play of where the second goal came in.
Did he cause both reds?
He did, and then he
Yeah,
caused
yeah,
both reds,
yeah.
bro. But oh my god! So let me give you guys of time. Let's break it down of like from beginning to end real quick
Of the game?
of the game. So
for sure.
all right, the game starts. I'm nervous as fuck. I'm pacing back and forth, bro. And then my girl goes, "Are you getting ready to warm up or what?"
I'm dead.
Bro, because I couldn't
Put
stop.
me in, coach?
Yeah, I was like, I'm getting ready, bro, but I couldn't stop. Bro. I couldn't stop moving, and then up until I was like, all right, let me sit down real quick, and then I see that fucking Paradela gets hurt, bro.
Oh yeah.
By fucking Carrasquilla of all people, bro. I don't know why. I don't know if he does it with intent or if that was just like.
He's aggressive. He's very aggressive.
But like, I don't know if he does it with intent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if he's just one of those dirty ass like Adolfo. I don't know if he's one of those type of poo-poos.
I don't know. I just feel like he has like that like I don't know. It's like it's kind of more so South American mentality, but also
Yeah.
Central American of like bien aguerrido.
Yeah.
He is like he's bien entrón.
Yeah,
And I feel
right?
Like that food doesn't give he doesn't give a fuck. Like if he has to crack you, he will. Like he's not scared
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
that, you know what I mean?
But at the same time, when I looked at the foul, because it was a foul,
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, it was just kind of body to body. Paradela Loki just had to get big.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really mad at him for the way he came in.
He low-key broke him doing body to body, which is crazy.
Bro, he broke the fuck out of him because after that, bro, he couldn't run. He
Yeah.
couldn't breathe. And then I was just like, bro, no fucking way we lose one of our best fucking players
Yeah.
to him again. And then
It's because Carrasquilla, bro, that fool's like stocky, and then Paradela's kind of got that lanky build. So
Yeah.
And he wasn't expecting it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You could
yeah.
tell. But that was kind of crazy that he came off on a plate, like in a bang bang play like that.
yeah, bro. And then I was like, fuck, man, this was fucking hurt.
And it's
Like,
crazy because he was probably at that point your guys' most desequilibrante player.
Yeah,
like
he
one on one, he
was,
was
he
one
was.
kind of like offensively that was like making stuff happen in the
Yeah.
final third. So at that point, it was like not looking good.
Bro, okay, and then that happens, and then they're saying, the fucking commentators are saying, no, Paradela no anda bien, no puede respirar, está
And you're just like,
está
bro, shut up.
lesionado. Yeah, bro, and then I was like, fuck, man, bro, the whole time my heart just kept pumping. I was like, pa, 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 pa. And I was like, fuck, and I was quiet at that point. At that point, I just sat
Like
down.
like that one time at Eddie's house
When
when Waldo.
when I sat down and when I sat in the ice bucket.
When we thought we almost lost you.
Oh my gosh, man. And just know I was off of a handle of that Henny. Remember that? I took the Henny bottle to the dome.
I do, but I don't think you do.
I don't. I just remember the last thing sitting in the ice bucket. And then they were like, whoa. People on the sidelines were like, whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Sick ass cooler right there. I had to I don't know what I was thinking at that point. But bro, then I sat down and I was like, fuck, man, like ain't no fucking way. And then dead ass, like 5-10 minutes later, they fucking score the first goal on a Dita slide where it was like, damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. Because if he wins that tackle, he gets the ball. We're on the same position on a 3v4.
Yeah, but also I feel like right there was no need for him to do that.
Yeah.
So like, and up until this point, bro, Dita was playing out of his mind.
Yep,
I was like, bro, this fool is a monster. Mm-hmm. And then he does that. I think, you know what it was? I think he was playing with so much confidence that he got like excited. He's like, I'm gonna make a play, when he didn't have to.
Yeah.
But
and then it's also the fact that we were playing Jeremy Marcus out of position because that's where Jeremy should have been.
Yeah.
Marking that side of the field. And then 3v4 it was, and then they end up scoring the goal. And then the whole time, bro, the commentators again, oh, Piovi se la dio al Pantera. And then I was like, bro, they're gonna kill this fool Piovi if we lose this game, bro. Like, this few Piovi is gonna get shipped out of this squad as soon as this game ends, bro, because they're kind of blaming it on him because he kind of taps it to him.
Yeah.
They score, and I'm like, fuck. And then Paradela gets subbed out. And then who comes in? Toro. And I'm like, all right, Toro has a little bit of like, he got some like grit to him. He got some heart to him. Yep. I was like, he'll probably end up bagging one for us on a free kick. They play the first half. We're kind of, more in it than Pumas is at that point still. But I'm like, you know what? We could tie it. Bro, and I'm so mad. I'm so quiet. And my girl's like, bro, like, stop. Like, we got it. We got time. Like, there's a lot of time left. Like, don't worry.
Find out you were already ready to post eliminado.
Bro, and then my girl was like, I hate when you get like this because you're gonna let it ruin your whole
Gonzalo.
week. And then my suegra too, she was like,
cuidado con los hijos. Cuidado con los niños.
She was like, van a perder. Y va a dejar que toda la semana va a estar así, vas a ver.
I'm dead.
Bro, and I was like, you know what?
She was like, here you go.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to just take a nap. Oh, fool. I took like a 10-minute nap. I was like, all right, fuck it.
At halftime?
Yeah, halftime. Okay. I was like, all right, fuck it. As soon as we started halftime, bro, we almost scored that goal. Charlie with Rotondi. And then it doesn't go in. But a couple minutes later, fucking that beautiful pass that Charlie gives to Rotondi crosses it in. I thought Everett scored it.
I thought so too.
But it was an own goal. But bro, I reacted so late to it. I was just like, what the fuck happened? Like,
yeah.
And I was like, all right, this is either offside, handball, or like some bullshit. So
the commentary on the goal was lame too.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
They didn't hype it up. Like,
that's why,
bro, this is the final. They just tied it up and
yeah, and that's why I reacted so late to it because I was like, all right, what bullshit are they gonna pull? Like they're gonna call it back or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when they didn't, I was like, oh fuck, we fucking scored, bro.
Yeah.
No mames. And then from there on, we were just dominating.
Game was low-key over after that. Like, not over in the sense that, like, yeah, like, it's done. But it kind of felt like that was, like, Pumas' shot was maintaining that 1-0. Because if they tied it up, it was kind of like, bro, because they didn't play for shit, Pumas.
No.
Maybe they had, like a 15-minute stretch where it was, like, competitive.
Yeah.
But Cruz Azul pretty much dominated the entire, like, 180 minutes over both games.
Yeah. And then... oh my god! And then the goal that was marked handball, I was like, bro, no fucking way, bro. I was like, Jesus Christ!
Like, here we go again.
Yes, I was like, bro, 2-0. Oh fuck, no, we're out. But then it was a handball, thank God. And then that's when we ended up. After that was when we ended up tying it. And then fucking Carrasquilla ends up getting hurt, bro. That I think was a momentum shift. Because after that, bro, Pumas no jugó definitely a nada because Carrasquilla was that main piece. That main piece that he's basically their whole engine, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then nothing brought more joy to me than seeing that fool crying on the bench, bro, to be honest.
Chill.
Nah,
hopefully he doesn't miss the World Cup.
I don't give a fuck.
Carrillo was balling too, but
he was.
But hey, and that fool Pantera, that fool can play, bro.
He can play. Yeah, and then after that, Carrasquilla gets hurt, and I'm like, all right, like their best players out. How are we gonna end up finishing this game off? And then it got to like the 80th minute, and I was like, fuck, this is gonna go to extra times and then PKs, bro. And I was like, there's no way our players are capable enough to end up scoring on fucking Navas being one of the fucking best goalies. I was like, that fool's gonna be a hero, bro. I was like, fuck. I was like, I hope this shit does not go to PKs, bro, because there's no way we're gonna beat them. And then miraculously enough, bro, the subs that Joel Wiki made though, were super critical, bro. At the timing that he did it, everything that he did, it just lined up perfectly.
Speaking of Wiki, bro, he deserves like so much credit because he made a lot of changes. Like, well, tactically too, because you know how Cruz Azul was playing 5, he went to 4 in the back. But also he put players in positions that they don't normally play, and it worked out really well. They actually ended up being one of the main reasons why they won. Like Rotondi playing higher up, I thought that was gross, but it paid off.
Bro,
Jeremy Marquez at right back, I was like, oh, it paid off. So he deserves a lot of credit because he made shit happen.
Yeah, and then Rotondi, bro, I was just like, okay, he gave the cross for the own goal, and then we put in our right back. Rodarte. We put him in. As soon as he came in, bro, it just it changed everything. Cause then you allow Marquez to play his natural position, bro. Bro, he was shitting on everybody on that left flank. Causes the red card, then causes that disgusting move on. I don't know who it was. Ends up fucking doing like he made an incredible play. Got that pass off to fucking Palavecino. And then, bro, we score. And out of all people, bro, it bounces to fucking Rotondi, bro. Rotondi, bro. I am so sorry for anything I ever spoke about you. I thought you were going to end up leaving the club this summer.
Who wouldn't have been there unless Wiki put him higher up.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
He would have not been in that position. And he saw something like Rotondi. He can finish a little bit. And he's like, we need somebody. So, you know. And he finished well, bro. That media vuelta. That was lucky a banger. And again, I felt like for the magnitude of the moment, I feel like the commentary didn't reflect how good that goal was and what it meant.
Bro, because it was in the middle of 5 fucking Pumas players, bro. In the middle of 5 fucking Pumas players, turns and scores it on Navas, bro. Oh my God, bro. I was on my knees, like, damn near in tears, bro.
And low-key, if you would have, like, taken that script to Hollywood, they would have laughed you out of the room, bro. Because like out of all people, like the villain turns into the hero,
bro.
Because I mean, as America fans, we love him. I remember I sent you that thing where it's like he's brought us a lot of joy, and he did it again because I'm actually surprised a lot of America fans agreed that like they would have rather seen Cruz Azul win. Yeah, because you know what it is. I was thinking about this. So America is like the big brother, right? And then Cruz Azul is like the middle brother, where like the oldest brother respects the middle brother. Because, like, even though America has dominated Cruz Azul, it's competitive. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then Pumas is, like, the youngest brother, where they're just kind of annoying and they kind of, like, want to tag along. And it's like, bro, like, no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
But who's the second sibling? Chivas?
What do you mean?
Because you said there's the oldest brother and then the middle brother. Oh,
but Chivas wouldn't be like brothers because they're like a different city. You know what I mean? So that's why I say like they're kind of, you know what I mean? They're forced to be around each other.
Yeah. But Pumas is living off of players who damn near played almost 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Hugo Sanchez, the bicampeonato that he brought to the squad, like.
Bro, when they were putting up like the graphics of Pumas, they're low key a little like they're like a fraudulent grande. Like they're not. I don't know if I consider them a grande. They're more. They're a historic team, but they're not. I don't know if they're a big team.
Yeah, and this kind of proves it, bro. This final proved it. But just everything that led up to this final, bro. Everything that they did to Cruz Azul, the Pumas players were talking more shit.
Yeah.
The Pumas ended up kicking out of UNAM 2-3 days before the fucking league started. Like the dumbass player touches the trophy. Like just and then like how Palavecino said, like they talked a lot and you don't talk until it ends and just yeah, it was just a well deserved final.
Another thing with Pumas team, like they are historic, but like they don't even have that much history. They had 3 titles before 2004.
Yeah.
Which I hadn't realized until I was like, wait, they only had 3 titles? Like, how are they considered a grande if their history isn't even that crazy? Like, they've always produced players. But in terms of titles, they won one in the 70s, one in the 80s, one in the 90s, and then in the bicampeonato, and then 2009 and 2011. And now, obviously, with the torneos cortos, a lot of teams have passed them up.
Yeah.
And they're not up there with, the top teams in terms of titles.
Because who's above them? León and Toluca?
Yeah. Tigres too now, right?
I think Tigres might be. Tigres might have 5 or 6. But yeah, bro, it was just I couldn't.
No, Tigres has 8.
Tigres has 8.
Yeah, so América 16, Chivas 12, Toluca 12, Cruz Azul now has 10, Tigres 8, León 8. So 2, 4, 6 teams.
And you know who else I don't respect during all of this is Chivas fans, bro. Because and then one thing too, bro. As bad.
Pachuca also has 7, so they're tied with Pumas.
Yeah. As bad as things have gone for us in the final, and as bad as the refereeing has not gone our way, and finally we just not get gifted, but like the refereeing goes our way. Chivas fans are crying more about this final, saying
how did the refereeing go your way though?
Like with the no handball call, like the 2 red cards supposedly.
Bro, that's one thing that gets me mad. Like, if it's a legitimate red card, you can't be upset. Like,
bro, exactly.
Like, if it's a bad red card, then yeah. But if it's a legit, like, bro, like that means that your players are like they're playing bad defense.
Yeah. But it just Chivas fans are the ones that are crying most about our win. But because I think they feel the pressure. I think they're feeling the pressure of Cruz Azul creeping up on them.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
I just think that they're...
But also, I think they're salty because of the whole... How we talked about, like, oh, we're missing half our squad, but, like...
But it's like, you guys... Your fans acknowledged this way before... this, like, way before the season started, and yet your team did nothing to prepare to be in this situation, knowing that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
You guys should blame your guys' front office for this. Because in the final, that's what paid off for Cruz Azul, is having a deep roster.
Yeah.
Is having a coach step up during the Liguilla.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Cruz Azul are the Clausura 2026 champions, bro. And I'm still celebrating.
And so, also, too, even though I actually like Efrain Juarez because he has personality, the Mexican Mourinho. I think he deserves credit, too.
No, yeah, he does.
I was talking about this with my dad. He disagreed a little bit, but this Pumas team doesn't have like a top 5 roster in the league. I don't think, especially when you factor in depth.
I just think they dealt with a lot of injuries. Because what I was telling my son was, because he was like, where's your cousin?
Alan Medina? Yeah.
I think if Alan Medina would have been in this squad, bro, we're talking a whole different ballgame.
Maybe. But like in terms of like on paper, América, Cruz Azul, Tigres,
Pachuca.
I think those teams have more talent. So I feel like you have to give Efrain Juarez like his flowers for the job that he's done with this team, especially when you consider the fact that a year ago, where was Pumas?
Yeah.
He shows up last year, again, like we said, Pumas
we were early, bro. We were early on them.
Because you could just tell they were a different team right away. And now this season, the difference was I think they have reliable goal scoring with Juninho and then Jordan Carrillo stepping up, and also Pantera.
Yeah.
But yeah, Efrain Juarez, very promising future, which is, we're rooting for the Mexican coach. And then one thing I want to talk about before we move on, I feel like Dita we talked about, that fool's cracked. Like, I think we might have seen the last game with him in Cruz Azul, because after the World Cup, I see him like going to Europe. I think he's that good. Like, physically, he has everything as a center back. I think it's just like his decision making at times.
Yeah.
But like in terms of like quality and talent, bro, that fool's like, bro, they could not get past him.
And you know who else had a masterclass performance, bro? POV.
POV locked it down.
Bro, if he would have made that
second game
shot,
for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. With Navas. Rotondi, obviously we talked about standout player. Marquez, bro.
Bro, I don't know how he didn't get a call up, bro.
I wish we would have started Sports Estimators sooner, because I've always liked his game, even back when he was with Atlas. Yep. And of course, Charlie Rodriguez, bro.
How did we not mention Mexico's best midfielder?
Oh, is Charlie Rodriguez the best Mexican midfielder right now
in the Liga MX?
In the Liga MX, yeah, for sure.
He's over Marcel, to be honest, to me.
Yeah.
Not being no bias, but like...
Bro, but it's crazy because with Cruz Azul, he's everything that he doesn't do with El Tri.
But I just think formations and coaches matter. I don't think Vasco puts him in that position.
Like, well, yeah, it's crazy because I used to judge Charlie as a 10, but he basically played as a 10 for Cruz Azul, like behind the number 9, and he played really, really well.
Bro, he held it down this whole Liguilla. Yeah. This whole Liguilla, he held it down. And he proved that. I think he is going to end up ultimately getting the call-up over Luis Chavez.
He deserves it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
different positions, because Chavez plays further back, but I think he does deserve it over Chavez, because,
Because, okay, you have Lira and then you have Edson. Chavez, there's no fit for him. You're not going to call up Marcel because he's on one knee. Basically, just let him go get the surgery already to repair his knee and let him come back. But other than that, bro, Charlie, if Vasco goes and tells Charlie, you know what position, where can you flourish on this squad? Where can we plug you in where you're gonna give us that same version of you where you're playing with Cruz Azul? And Charlie could just tell you, okay, play me here, play me behind the two attacking forwards that you're gonna have, or play me a little bit deeper, and I'll give you that same version. I heard people online saying, okay, Mexico's gonna play at home. Charlie doesn't have to go nowhere. Charlie's playing at home too.
That's a good point, but I would ask you, if you're gonna play with that second striker or that like 10, somebody behind the number 9, do you do it with Charlie or do you do it with Gil Mora?
I do it with Gil Mora, Brian Gonzalez, and then save Gil Mora on Brian Gutierrez, sorry. Yeah. And then if we know that we're gonna pass on to the next round, save our players on game 3. Put in start Charlie Rodriguez. Let Mora come in as a sub if needed.
Assuming we have the first seed locked.
Yeah, assuming we have that first seed locked.
Yeah. Because that's what's bit us in the past, is not having that first seed locked. But so you want to move on to the World Cup now?
Yeah, let's move on to World Cup, because we're already moving on to it.
Yeah, Cruz Azul champs. Congrats.
Charlie Rodriguez, Liga MX best player, MVP.
That's crazy, because it's low-key facts.
Yeah, he is, bro.
Which is crazy.
He is.
Hey, but low-key though, one thing I was gonna say is like, that's how you know Liga MX is corrupt, is that you can have owners of a team play against their own team, like a conflict of interest. Because like, how is Charlie Rodriguez and Jeremy Marquez, the owners of Chivas, allowed to play against Chivas? It's because they always like shit on them. So that's how you know they don't have like a bias.
And then that's why Chivas players or Chivas fans hate us so much too, bro. Because not only...
Bro, if I was a Chivas fan, I would hate Charlie. Doesn't do shit with the selección, but always destroys my team.
And then Jeremy Marquez, bro, not only do we own Pumas, not only do we own Chivas at this point, they haven't beat us with Milito, but we also own Monterrey, bro.
Not to get on your head, you guys own everybody except America.
Yeah, but we'll get there one day. To be honest, I think from 2006 to 2030, I think we win 2-3 more.
It's from here to 2030?
Yeah.
Maybe. But I don't know, because I think that I feel like you guys are going to lose a lot of these pieces now.
I don't think so. I think because they made that mistake in 21.
But that's assuming that those players want to stay there.
That's true.
Dita, I feel like now's the time for him to go to Europe.
Lita's going to go to Europe.
Yeah.
And then after that, we'll have to see who.
Yeah.
Bro, but imagine, you know what I was thinking too? And then we'll move on. This is the last thing. What if Joao Pedro would have been with our squad, bro?
Oh, yeah. Because that's what you guys need.
That's
guys
what we
need
need.
a player just like that. Yeah.
So let's see if he ends up signing with us or not. But yeah, let's move on.
For sure.
We'll stay here all day. Let me drink my grape juice.
All right. So, World Cup preview. We're getting started with groups A through F for this week. So, the first 6 groups. And then next week, we'll be giving you guys the following 6 with the bracket breakdown. But let's get started. I think you have some information about the format.
Yes, I do.
Get started.
All right. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, this is a new format. The FIFA World Cup this time around is going to consist of 48 teams. So, there's 12 groups. And those 12 groups is going to be 4 teams, obviously. Do the math. 4 times 12 is 48. So, the matchups, it's going to be each team plays each other. And then in the next round, who advances is going to be the top 2 teams from each group automatically qualify for the knockout rounds. And then they're going to be joined by the 8 best third-place teams across all 12 groups. So, there's a possibility that in a group, in one group, 1 through 3 are tied with, say, 4 points. That third team is possibly going to end up moving. We'll give you guys case scenarios because I have a couple where I think this group has the least amount of third place teams. I think the next group is going to have the majority.
The first 6 groups?
Yeah, I think they're only going to have like 2 or 3. Or two. And then the next group's going to have more, but we'll see the more we break it down. But yeah, and then obviously the knockout stages are going to consist of 32 teams, which gives us another round. Before it would be a group of 16 quarterfinals, semifinals, and then finals. But now it's going to be a group of 32, 16 quarterfinals, so on and so forth. So that is the new formation of the World Cup. And yeah.
Prior to this, I would have said there's no more group of deaths, but after going in and studying these groups a bit more, I think there low-key is a group of death. Maybe 2.
Who do you think? Group A through F. Speaking A through F.
A through F, I think Group D, the USA, Turkey, Paraguay, Australia, is a potential group of death. And then also Group F with Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia. Yep. And then we'll go more in depth once we get to those groups. But let's go ahead and get started with Group A.
Yes, sir.
A group that obviously we will be watching definitely the first couple games to see, analyzing how these teams are looking, because obviously Mexico is going to play all of them. But Group A with Mexico, Czech Republic, South Korea, and South Africa. Do you want to give, should we give, who we think is going to go first, second, third, fourth, and then break it down?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
I'll give you my prediction. All right, so my prediction: Mexico will top the group.
Okay.
Japan is gonna come in second.
South Korea?
Is it South Korea or Korea Republic? Sorry.
Korea. South Korea is it's because you said Japan.
Oh, I said Japan. Sorry, my bad. Whoopsie daisy.
It's South Korea or Korea Republic?
South Korea, yeah. So it's gonna be South Korea, Korea Republic, and then after that it's gonna be Czech Republic, and then coming in last is gonna be South Africa.
Okay. So I agree with you, except I have Czech Republic and South Korea flipped.
Oh, okay.
But that's going to be close because, bro, this isn't an easy group for Mexico. South Korea is a very competitive team, and Czech Republic, even though they're ranked 41st in the latest FIFA rankings, we have to keep in mind that they play in the most competitive zone, which is Europe. So I think they have a lot more quality. They have this player, Pavel Solch. He's coming off a good season with Leon, 14 GAs in 27 games, and of course their goal scorer Patrick Schick. So those are 2 players to look out for Czech Republic. But I mean, South Korea, bro. Obviously, we know they have Son. They have that guy from PSG, Lee Kang.
Yeah.
But another player I like is Huang Hui Chan the one that played with Raúl Jiménez at Wolves. So this is a good group, bro. Like, no disrespect to South Africa, but I'm counting them out. But I could see, like, I think Mexico, I don't see them getting 9 points. I see them getting like 7 because I think they either tie it to Czech Republic or maybe even South Korea.
Okay.
Because, they actually tied South Korea, Mexico, going back to September, that 2-2 draw.
Yep.
So we've seen that they give Mexico issues. But to me, I think the key will be that South Korea and Czech Republic game.
Yep.
It could even be like I see this as like a goal differential to determine who finishes
first,
second.
Oh, second? Okay.
Yeah, second. Because I think Mexico,
yeah.
I mean, I feel like with these last couple of games that we've seen them, they've made me be optimistic. Whereas before I was like, bro, it's chalked.
Yeah.
And I think that what El Vasco is going to do really well is that he's going to have these players like effort at 100%. And with the altitude and the home, being at home, I think that's going to push them to be first in the group. I think if it was a neutral playing field, I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But because they're at home, I think I'm picking Mexico to go undefeated and finish first.
Ooh, okay. So I've changed my mind. I thought before the beginning of the year, last year, I was saying that Mexico was only going to get 4 points as well. But I think I'm more optimistic now to that we're going to get 7. We beat South Africa in the home opener. We tied as South Korea or Korea Republic. And then we win against Czech Republic. But I think we're going to win by a controversial call. I think Vegas is going to pick up the phone. Dead. There's going to be a call, PK, handball, something in the area. But we're going to win that game by 1 goal.
Or it could be the like Croatia 2014 game.
Oh, yeah,
European team. There's a lot of doubt, but we end up pulling through. Because this is kind of like, if it's like a typical Mexico World Cup, they're going to get 4 points.
Yeah. But one thing I do want to note, though, I think that game against South Korea is going to be like that Brazil game in 2014. It's going to be one of the best spectacular games that we have to watch. So that game, I got a circle to sit down and watch it on my couch at home.
Best 0-0 I ever saw.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those type of games. I don't know if it's going to be 0-0, but I think it'll definitely be a tie game.
Yeah. And I finally saw a lineup that I think should be Mexico's starting 11.
I think I know.
I'll put it up for the video.
Is it Quiñones and Raúl Jiménez up top?
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that one too.
Okay, so it was 4-3-1-2.
Yep.
It was Tala in goal, I guess.
Yep.
Which do you like that?
I prefer Tala over Ochoa because realistically, give me somebody that is young, somebody that's gonna play to something. If you're gonna play Ochoa in a game, play him in, like I said, that last game.
It's just he plays out of his mind every World Cup, bro.
Okay, bro.
Bro, you know I forgot it. Remember last World Cup when he blocked Lewandowski's penalty?
Okay, bro, but that was 4 years ago.
He does it every time though. Okay, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Tala starting, but it's just kind of like, bro, I don't know. Do you start Ochoa?
No,
you know what's crazy? El Vasco's the person to be like, no, I'm going with experience. But now when it's my boy, that's what wants. Okay, anyways, all right, yeah, Tala for sure.
Tala,
and then they had Isra Reyes at right back, which I like because he has the most marca out of the right backs options that we have. Then it was obviously, I think everybody agrees, Johan and Montes. Center backs, Gallardo at left back.
Yep.
Lira as the 5 or defensive midfielder, which is good because, we've seen with Cruz Azul, you could tuck in and they could play a back 5. And then on the left center mid, Fidalgo.
Yep.
Que te da mucha ida y vuelta, to kind of help out defensively with Lira. But he can also, be kind of like that orchestrator and facilitator. And then Brian Gutierrez on the right center mid. I think he's earned the spot because he's been playing really, really, really well with Mexico. And then Gil Mora, that creative player who again balled out against Ghana.
Yep.
And then you got to go with, I feel like Quiñones maybe playing like more to the left side because in that he plays left wing, but we've seen him play as a second striker. Was it like 37 goals in the Saudi league, which
top goal scorer?
It's the Saudi league, but like 37 goals, that's at least like 20 plus goals anywhere else.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
And with Mexico, he's played really well too. And then of course, Raul Jimenez
has to get a goal. He has to get a goal.
But that. I saw that lineup, and I think it was like Crucito. I'll put the picture up because that's the lineup. I'm like, okay, no, this finally
that makes
feels
sense.
right.
Yeah, the only one that's questionable is right back though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think if the team we're playing has somebody on, what would that be, the left wing?
The left wing, yeah.
That has a lot of pace, then you might have to go Jorge Sanchez because Jorge Sanchez has more pace to be physical and, give problems. But I think Isra Reyes is kind of like that. He's a little bit safer. Yeah. Maybe he doesn't give you a little bit more as much going forward, but he's good on the ball too. And then I think if Mexico does have an attacking fullback, it's more so going to be with Gallardo with his pace on the left. So then that way you could leave the three in the back of Reyes, who's played as a center back with Johan and Montes. But.
And then I like Lira too because you could even put in Obed at that spot if Alvarez isn't fit, or you could save Alvarez for deeper in the elimination stage.
Honestly, I think, and I'm not showing my bias here, I think Alvarez lost his spot, bro.
I think so too.
Like, obviously, I think Lira's starting over him. But like, I think even if you were to put Obed in, I think Obed would take more of that Fidalgo role, where it's like more of like that number 8, where he's like that engine running up and down the field, not necessarily as the 5. Like, So if we do see Obed, I think it would have to be
subbing in for Fidalgo.
Fidalgo, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Because I don't know if you could put Obed as by himself as that DM.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm excited. I think Mexico, hopefully, I don't want to jinx them, but it looks promising.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, South Africa, I think loses all 3 games. Czech Republic, I think, obviously, they're going to beat South Africa. I think they lose against South Korea as well.
Do you think Czech Republic? Maybe.
So I think it's going to be Mexico, South Korea going up. And then I don't think Czech Republic is going to have enough to be a 3rd spot.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
I think they only have 4 points.
They did have to go through the playoff round.
They had an incredible qualifiers, though, beating Wales, but they beat Wales and Italy. They tied, and then they obviously beat them in PKs. But that's no tough slouch. That's incredible mark. But you want to move on?
Yeah, let's move on to Group B. Switzerland, Canada, Bosnia, and Qatar. That's the order that I have for this. I'm going with Switzerland to top the group.
Ooh.
Canada second, Bosnia third, and Qatar 4th.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'm low-key sleep on Qatar. They're actually ranked higher according to the FIFA rankings than Bosnia. But going back to the whole zone thing, I think that kind of, you have to factor that in when taking in. And obviously we know the FIFA rankings aren't like the end-all, be-all by any means. But yeah, Switzerland beat Mexico and USA last June, scoring 4 goals on both of those games. They have an experienced back line, particularly on the left side with Akanji, and Betis is Ricardo Rodriguez. And so they, we've seen them beat the best of CONCACAF. So I think, and they played over here. So I feel like the conditions won't play that much of a factor. So that's why I got Switzerland topping the group, who are actually ranked 19 in the FIFA rankings. So they're a good team. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they're a really good team. Canada, I'm not sleep on them, and obviously they're host, but I just see them as the 2nd seed.
Off the fly. All right, so this is what I wrote.
Okay.
I think this is a super underrated group. I think Bosnia is going to ultimately be the dark horse. I think they finish as the B1.
Really?
Yeah, I think they finish as the B1.
Okay, that's bold, but I like it. Okay.
I think they beat Qatar, they beat Switzerland, and they tie to Canada. And then obviously Bosnia, or actually, you know what? I had my facts incorrect. Czech Republic did not tie to Wales and Italy. It was Bosnia that tied to Czech Republic, or to Wales and Italy, ended up beating them in penalties. So Bosnia's no, they're no easy team to beat, and they're going to be led by Edin Dzeko, if you remember him, Man City legend. With that jersey in particular too, I believe.
I like his style of center forward, bro. He's good, yeah. But bro,
So,
he's up there.
Yeah, he is.
In age.
Yeah, he is. But I think he's gonna ultimately be able to lead them. Qatar though, last place for sure. I think they don't win a single game because if you look at their qualifiers and the way that they've gone in here, bro, I don't think they lost to Palestine. No disrespect to Palestine, free Palestine, but bro, they lost to them.
Are you pro Palestine?
Free Palestine.
All right, yeah. So this is a pro Palestine. Podcast. We might
no Palestine slander in here.
We might go from 117 subs to 115, but that's okay.
And then I think ultimately, like everything they said about Switzerland, I think they end up coming out as the B2. I think Canada qualifies the next round as a B3.
Okay.
I think Canada ends up tying to Switzerland. They beat Qatar, and then they tie to Bosnia. But I'm telling you, that Bosnia team is going to be ultimately a super dark horse.
Okay. That's a good actual, like, bold take.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's anybody's group, to be honest, except for Qatar. I honestly don't think Qatar wins a single game.
Yeah.
Canada, they have a lot of pace. They have a really good midfield. But I think ultimately the upper hand, Bosnia is gonna have something to prove. And there's always a dark horse, and why not Bosnia?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. There is always a dark horse.
Yep.
All right. You want to move on to Group C?
Yes, sir.
All right. This group, honestly, for me, was probably one of the easiest groups to make my picks.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a lot of discrepancy between the teams as you go down. So I'm going with Brazil, top the group, currently ranked 6th FIFA rankings. Morocco, 2nd, ranked 8th, which is kind of crazy to see. Scotland, 3rd, 43rd, ranked, and then I'm sure you agree, Haiti, 83rd, bro.
Yeah.
Some of these CONCACAF teams, bro, it's kind of like
you got to feel petty for them.
Yeah.
So, damn, you have Brazil first and then Morocco second?
Yes, bro.
Damn, I think this is the one where we disagree the most.
Really?
Yeah, so who do you have qualifying in this group?
Brazil and Morocco.
That's it?
Honestly, I didn't go that far deep into it because I was gonna wait for the bracket to see points wise this team's gonna advance. So Scotland may or may not advance. Next week I'll clarify that.
Okay.
But Brazil and Morocco, in my opinion, are the clear 2 favorites to advance.
Okay, so I think Morocco win all 3 games.
Really? Okay.
I think they come out as the C1.
Okay.
I think Brazil ends up coming out as a C2, but just because Haiti, this is their first World Cup, their first time World Cup participant. Unfortunately, they're probably not going to score any goals, and they're not going to get a win probably up until their next World Cup appearance. Which Haiti, thank you for participating, but goodbye.
It's kind of crazy you're seeing Haiti in a World Cup.
Yeah, it is. But I think this Brazil team is going to be one of the worst Brazil teams we see in terms of World Cup performances.
Really?
Yeah. I think Ancelotti has a lot of success, but if it's not Real Madrid, you don't really see him having too much success.
Milan?
Yeah, but...
You're like...
the squad. Look at the squad he had compared to this Brazil team.
But I actually think Brazil has a lot of talent. It's just... Well, the thing is with Brazil, even when they've had, like, in recent years, even when they've had a lot of talent...
Yeah.
The issue with them is that they don't necessarily have that chemistry.
Or structure.
It's kind of like, it's kind of like if they were a basketball team, it's like, give this player the ball and then let him ISO kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a lot of chemistry. I don't think we've seen a Brazil team have a lot of chemistry going back to, I mean, you have to probably go back to the Yoga Bonito days, and then even then it was kind of like it was like two players have the same understanding, and then they link up. But I just think, bro, like, and prior to the last couple World Cups, I felt like it was always Brazil was touted as like the favorite,
yeah.
And in 2010, that team was low-key with Kaká and Robinho and all that. I was like, nah, I was asleep on that team. 2014, people were high on Brazil because they were the host, but that team, it was basically like Neymar, and then they had a good defense.
Yeah.
2018, I was like, okay, like they actually have talent. That's when they had a good back line, and then that's when it was like Neymar, Gabriel Jesus, Coutinho. I was like, okay, you know, they're making some noise, but not a favorite. Last World Cup, I was like, okay, Brazil might win the whole thing. Like I thought.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I thought like it would be like a Brazil-France final, and they should have made the semifinals if it wasn't for that Croatia, like where they kind of, I feel like se confiaron. But what I'm getting to is that I think this Brazil team has enough talent to make a deep run, semifinals, I want to say. And I actually think having a coach like Ancelotti is a perfect fit for this Brazil team because, one, Ancelotti knows how to manage top players, like how we've seen with Real Madrid. But he's also like a knockout tournament type of coach where it's kind of like defend well and then play it to your star players in space. And that formula is conducive for the World Cup because it's a knockout tournament and you don't really need necessarily a long time to get the team ready, as opposed to like if you're like a team that likes to play out of the back and stuff like that. So for those reasons, I'm going with Brazil number one. But Morocco, I think, is a scary team because one, we know they're talented, but also they've had success going back to last World Cup when they knocked out Spain, which I'm actually a little bit partial to Morocco because they won me a lot of money with that game, allegedly. But yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at it, bro. They're ranked 8th in the FIFA rankings, which is kind of crazy for Morocco.
Yeah, I just think Morocco's gonna end up having the edge over Brazil, and they're gonna end up winning all 3 games. Brazil's the B2. Yeah, okay. Brazil's gonna be the B2, and I think Scotland's gonna end up qualifying as the B3, because everybody's gonna have their turn with Haiti. Scoring at least 4 goals.
Everyone's gonna have their turn with Haiti. Is great.
And I think obviously when you count the goals, that's what's going to matter to get them to the next round. So yeah, I think those 3 teams qualify.
I was talking to this with one of my coworkers. Shout out JC. He was saying like we're probably going to see like the goal scorer records for World Cup be broken because now you have a bunch of like shitty teams. So like you're going to see like Germany beat Curacao 6-0. You know what I mean? And stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see. I think maybe we'll talk about this next video. I think Mbappe might break the World Cup scoring record this World Cup.
Ooh, you think so?
Yeah, because he's up there.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about it next video. But are you good with Group C? Move on.
Yeah, I'm good with Group C. We can move on.
All right, let's move on to Group D. I think this could be the group of death. Either this one or Group F. So you got, this is my order. I do have USA finishing first.
Okay.
I have Turkey finishing second.
Okay.
I have Paraguay
third.
And I have Australia fourth. Now, this group is one of, if not the hardest for me to pick because all these teams are very competitive, and I wouldn't be surprised to see like Turkey finish first. I wouldn't be surprised if Paraguay manages to finish in the top 2, or if it's Australia that ends up passing through. Because if you look at like the FIFA rankings, this probably has like the highest median. So USA is ranked 16th, Turkey's ranked 22nd, Australia is actually ranked 27th.
Wow.
And Paraguay is 40th. But Paraguay, in typical South American fashion, they just have that colmillo, bro.
Yeah, that grit.
They're gonna make the game ugly if they have to, and you kind of have to respect that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you do.
And so Paraguay's kind of always been like a historically good team defensively. They have some quality up top. I didn't see if Pantera actually ended up making the Paraguay team.
I don't think he did.
But we have Almiron who's slowed down. But Turkey, I think, is the team to look out for. But let's see who you have.
All right, so I got Turkey coming out in first place as the D1, USA D2, and then Paraguay and Australia. I don't see them honestly having enough points to get them to the next stage. I think USA end up beating Australia and Paraguay, and I think they lose to Turkey. I think Turkey wins all 3 games.
Okay.
I think Australia tie to Paraguay, and then they lose all the rest of the games. And I don't think Paraguay wins a single game this World Cup.
Ooh, okay. I mean, that might be the case because they don't necessarily play like entertaining football.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're gonna be maybe a little bit better acclimated to like the conditions as opposed to some of like the Australia and Turkey.
Yeah.
But yeah, this group, bro, I feel like I think it's like a toss up.
Yeah,
Because
with D1 and D2 or
with pretty much
with
any
D3.
Pretty much with any of these
Ooh.
rankings, like this, I feel like this could be like a 2014. I forget what the group letter was, but when it was like Costa Rica was first.
Oh,
and then
Portugal, was it Portugal too in there?
No, I think it was Costa Rica, England.
Oh yeah,
Italy, and I forgot who the 4th team was. But basically, like Costa Rica finished first, and everybody thought they weren't going to qualify.
Oh yeah.
But that was like the group of death. But I could see this group being kind of something similar.
It was Group D. Funny enough, Uruguay, Costa Rica, England, Italy.
Yeah, that.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, and it's funny because it was actually Costa Rica and Uruguay that advanced, and the European teams were out. But yeah, bro, Turkey. I could see Turkey making a deep run.
Yeah, I could too.
Led by Güler and Yildiz, who we've talked about are 2 young up-and-coming players, but they still have a lot of experience in Europe. 2 really entertaining players that I'm excited to see. Yildiz maybe could be a candidate for young player of the tournament.
Yep. I like that shout.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
So Turkey, bro, I feel like they're a team to look out for. Shout out to in 2002 when they made the semifinals.
Damn, they made it that far?
Yeah.
Sheesh. I didn't even know
Senegal
that.
too, I think.
Damn. Oh well, that was a good team back then. But moving on to the African teams. Group, you ready to move on?
Yes, sir.
Group E, consisting of Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador. Who do you got?
Oh, actually, no, it wasn't Senegal didn't make it. It was, I think,
Was
quarters.
it Ivory Coast or Ghana?
It was hold on, South Korea.
South Korea
was 4th, because they were host. That was like that crazy robbery. But you said Group E, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm going with Germany first.
Okay.
Ecuador second.
Okay.
Ivory Coast third, and Curacao fourth.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
No.
Really?
I got Ecuador first.
Okay.
Germany second. Ivory Coast third. Curacao fourth. Like how I said about Haiti, I think everybody's gonna have their turn with Curacao, scoring at least 5+ on them. Curacao,
They're gonna get passed around.
no. Curaçao's not gonna score any goals nor win any game. Sorry, Curacao, but thank you for participating. See you next World Cup.
They're gonna get not ran through but walked through like the Curacao.
Remember when your parents used to leave you in the little game room when they would go shopping and shit? You would play with the computer and shit.
Oh, dead. Yeah, bro. Do you think Ecuador makes a deep run, or
I think Ecuador's one of those sleeper teams that are going to end up making a deep run this World Cup. Just Germany, I feel like they do have a good team, but it's just as of lately they just haven't really shown anything. I mean, they haven't shown much. They haven't shown that type of Germany-esque football that we're used to.
yeah?
That deep squad that we've seen. And Ekitike, I think Ekitike is French.
Yeah. But I feel like with Germany, they still have a lot of talent, so that's why I'm kind of like scared. But yeah, I think it's also because they haven't really Germany hasn't made like a deep run going back to the last couple of World Cups, so we're kind of not as high of like when it was like you could back in the days when you used to basically like Germany's making it to the semis, But yeah, Ecuador, especially defensively with Pacho, and they have Caicedo in the midfield, but I think he might be a little bit biased because they have your Tocayo, Alan Franco. But no, honestly, I could see Ecuador finishing first in the group, but they're actually undefeated, like going back to like last year.
That's what I'm saying. I think Ecuador is going to end up making one of those runs. Ivory Coast, I don't know if they'll do enough to advance as one of those third place teams though.
I don't think so either. Yeah, shout out Yaya Touré though.
Yep, shout out Yaya Touré. I think they end up losing to either Germany or Ecuador, tying either to one of those games as well, and then beating Curacao, which will end up getting them 4 points. But Ecuador, I think, is gonna beat both Ivory Coast and Curacao, maybe end up tying to Germany.
Really?
Yeah, and then end up the same thing with Germany. But I think Ecuador ends up advancing off of goals, however many goals they score on Curacao.
Yeah.
Goal differential. So that's my take on this group.
For sure. All right, let's move on to the last group we'll be covering in today's podcast. Another potential group of death. Group F. You got the Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia. That's the order that I have it going in. Netherlands first, Japan second, Sweden third, and Tunisia fourth.
I think this is the first time we've agreed.
You got the exact same one?
Yeah, the exact same one. Tunisia, thank you for participating. See you in the next 4 years.
Look out for Sweden, bro.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Break it down to me. Why should I look out for Sweden?
Nah, I'm kind of just banking on the fact that they have Odegaard and Gyökeres. And
that's a heavy. That's a stacked
I'm blanking
team.
on his name. What's the tall forward? Plays for Liverpool.
Ekatike?
No, is it Isak?
Oh, it is Isak.
Yeah.
Isn't he hurt?
He's not gonna be fit for the World Cup?
I don't think so.
Let's see. Yeah, it is Isak. Yeah, Gyökeres. Even have Ilanga. But I think
Netherlands.
Wait, I'm tripping. Odegaard plays for Norway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I said Gyökeres. I was thinking Isak and Gyökeres.
I think all three, Netherlands, Japan, and Sweden, all three advance to the next round. This is a pretty stacked team, though. But Netherlands, yeah, I feel like it's a hit or miss with them sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like either they give you a really good, solid World Cup where they should have made it, or they just give you like a bro, you guys didn't play for shit.
Well, it's kind of funny because now I feel like they're more of like a defensive team, whereas before they were more of an offensive team when they had a bunch of
Robin,
Van Persie, Van de Vaart.
Yeah.
But Snyder.
Ooh, yeah.
Another
ball motherfucker.
Weech. But Japan, bro, they're looking kind of scary.
Yeah.
Currently ranked 18th in the FIFA rankings. This is their last couple games. They beat England.
Oh.
They beat Scotland. Beat Bolivia. Beat Ghana, and they beat Brazil.
Japan?
Yeah, that's their last 5 games. Japan is no slouch by any means, bro. They could be one of those like dark horse teams that makes a deep run, maybe.
Can I change my opinion then?
Sure.
Japan tops Group F.
Okay.
Netherlands and then Sweden. Or you know what? I'm gonna go against the grain here on this one. Give me Japan first, Group F, F1. Give me Sweden, F2, and Netherlands, F3. And then obviously Tunisia, F4. But I think those top 3 teams are gonna end up advancing to the next the next.
So you think there's three teams? That yeah. I think so. I think so.
Damn, though, Japan semifinals.
I don't know about that.
Oof.
I don't know about that. Oof. But yeah, I think that wraps up our World Cup preview for the first 6 games. I was thinking Odegaard because of the Champions League finals. Do you want to touch base a little bit on that?
Yeah, let's talk about how Arsenal is not gonna win a treble, which obviously I think that's the way out of the picture. But I don't think, bro, if you tell me that Luis Enrique is not gonna have a master plan for that terrorist ball that Arteta plays, bro, Jesus Christ, you guys, something else coming your way. You have something else coming your way.
The thing is, too, though, to play devil's advocate, I feel like Arsenal, I don't think they're going to play PSG like to their own, like try and beat PSG at their own game, in the sense that, like, how we kind of saw with Bayern, where they both kind of were aggressive, press high and be aggressive and play them straight up. I think Arsenal is probably just going to defend well, probably sit in a low block, because if they press PSG high and PSG breaks that press, which obviously we know they're capable of, that's a big risk that they're taking. And also with Arsenal, they're very set play dependent, and that's a way that I think that could work for them against PSG, because I don't know if Arsenal, even though they have a lot of quality pieces up top, I don't know if they can really hurt PSG in the open play.
Yeah, but
with how PSG presses.
I think Luis Enrique knows that. I think Luis Enrique knows what they're gonna do to his goalie when Arsenal gets a corner kick. I think he's gonna prep them all for that.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna say, "Look, goalie, they're gonna come crashing to you." He's probably gonna have 2 to 3, 4 players covering his goalie, where they don't let them touch him. He's probably gonna surround them, and then I just think on the wings, bro, he's just gonna shit on them. I don't see how Arsenal keeps up with this PSG attacking team, bro.
So PSG is actually only favored by half a goal.
Half a goal? Oh,
yeah,
bro. Betting money.
So you think PSG wins by at least
2?
By at least 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's kind of how it looks like it's gonna go, I think, too. But when I look at these odds, I'm kind of skeptical, because Arsenal can make the game ugly, and they have, like I said, they have a lot of pieces and options. Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, and Ize.
But I just think too much
Rice.
of these players, when the lights shine bright, bro. Saka, what have we seen from him? Missing a PK.
I'm not the biggest Saka fan, yeah.
When it really mattered to him. If this comes down to PKs, bro, you don't think that little lingering memory is gonna slide back into his brain? And then what's gonna happen? He's gonna go back in there, step up to the plate, miss. I don't see how Arsenal ends up becoming the UCL champions. I think congratulations, back-to-back champions, PSG. And I think this is going to set up just going to give up France a good reason for them to have a great World Cup.
Yeah, and Dembélé has promised to be 100% fit for the final, which brings me to my next point. If PSG wins and France makes a deep run, you kind of have to give the Ballon d'Or to Dembélé again, right? Which would make him a 2-time Ballon d'Or winner.
Is it too soon to start talking about Ballon d'Or candidates?
But here's the thing, though. If PSG wins, right, and France makes a deep run, it'd kind of be like a Luka Modric 2018 case for Dembélé, where Luka Modric kind of, I don't want to say carried, but he led Croatia to a World Cup final appearance, and then he won the Champions League. It's like you can make the same argument, assuming Dembélé wins. I mean, PSG wins the Champions League and France makes a deep run.
or Lamine Yamal has an outstanding World Cup. He ends up winning World Cup young player of the tournament, and then Spain win the World Cup.
I think he'd have to win player of the tournament to win the Ballon d'Or.
And win the World Cup to win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like a 2002 Ronaldo type of World Cup performance.
But Brazil also won, though.
And I'm saying that's why Spain ends up winning.
So if Spain wins and Lamine Yamal has a crazy tournament, does he win the Ballon d'Or?
Yeah.
I think it depends if they play France in the final, assuming that PSG wins. Because I think even if Lamine has a crazy tournament and Spain wins, I think if they play France in the final and PSG wins the Champions League, I think you kind of have to give it to Dembélé again.
I don't know who else besides Dembélé and Lamine would you give it to? Because what if Mbappe ends up having a crazy tournament like that? He ends up breaking the goal record. And France wins. Yeah.
I mean, they could. That's a possibility because Mbappe had a great tournament with Madrid, Pichichi, but I don't know. I think
this World Cup's gonna determine a lot, and so is this PSG final.
Yeah, for sure.
Or this Champions League final.
Yeah. So you're going. Do you have a final score for the Champions League?
Give me 4-1 PSG.
Ooh, okay. I'm not mad at that. I'll go. My first gut was PSG 3-1, but I think I'll go PSG 2-1.
Okay, I'm not mad at 2-1.
Also, another player that I wanted to mention is Trossard. I think he's one of the most underrated players in Europe. And, when we get to Belgium, we could talk a little bit more about their squad.
Yeah.
But I could see him making a difference in the Champions League final. But
you know who I think is going to be the difference maker? My boy, Kvaratskhelia. I like his game. He backs 2 in.
Really?
He backs 2 in the belly. No, Doué.
Desiree Doué?
Yeah. Bro, how is Arsenal going to stop this? Hakimi. Is Hakimi hurt? Is he going to play?
I think he is.
Bro, how is Arsenal going to stop Hakimi, Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Doué, Vitinha?
They got Barcola.
Bro, Nuno Mendes, bro. How are they going to stop this
Fabian Ruiz
team, bro? This is exactly the complete opposite style of what Arsenal play. And they're going to give belt to ass to Arsenal in the final, bro. It's going to be like one of the not highest scoring, but like, bro, I think PSG back 4 on them.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. And then they routed, was it Dortmund in the final last year?
Yeah.
Do you think it's a similar...
The same thing? Oh, hell yeah. See, what was that? Champions League 2005?
25?
What was the score?
No, it was Inter.
Oh, yeah.
5-0.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the same thing.
5-0.
Not 5-0, but 4-1. 4-1. They're going to Arsenal's going to end up getting a cheap-ass goal on a fucking corner kick. And the fouling the fucking keep. The ref's not going to see it, and they're just going to allow it.
Yeah, maybe because Inter was, a defensive team
Inter was a
too.
defensive team like that too, bro. And they gave them belt to ass. So, Bro, if you want some money, like I told you, bet the Spurs, bet Mexico and South Korea to win the first 2 games on June 11th, World Cup opening games, and then bet PSG, bro, to get belt to ass to Arsenal. I just don't see how this Arteta ball ends up working out in his favor, bro. It's just terrorist soccer, bro. How does anybody? They're not. I hate that they won the EPL, bro.
Yeah, I think if Arsenal manages to win this game, it would be one of the biggest upsets.
Oh, Yeah.
Because like even though they won the Premier League, to your point, it's kind of like opposite, almost like styles. Because it's like everyone watches PSG and they're like, bro, this is how like modern soccer should be played. And then Arsenal, everybody criticizes like, bro, they're so boring to watch.
Yeah. But you know what? Arsenal winning the EPL, the Knicks making it to a final since 1999. You know what else this gives me hope for? And not even and Cruz Azul winning the Decima. You know what this gives me hope for, bro?
Mexico?
No.
Oh.
Cowboys Super Bowl bound.
Here we go. All right, let's wrap it up.
And with that, we end the episode. Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks guys for watching. As always, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for next week's podcast. We'll be diving into the final 6 groups and giving you guys our World Cup bracket. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't quote us
unless we're right.
Peace.